Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Planet Coaster. We're popping off a little bit, just a little bit. I'm starting to rethink part of my design philosophy in Planet Coaster. What I'm starting to rethink is that instead of trying to create demand by placing a ride where there's nothing and then trying to convince people to go to it, what if we just accept demand and we place very profitable rides at the start of the park? So what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is perhaps we should move this ride, which really doesn't make us very much money, $200 a month. It's like a freaking Chief Beef or something like that. We move that over, let's say right here, right next to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater's penthouse. And then we plop down our next roller coaster in this position. People enter the park, it's free, and then immediately they're like, dope. Sweet roller coaster, let's do it. You're starting to lose money again, huh? We'll see how that goes for a while, but for now we're just making sure that life's still good over here. People are still queuing up for Spaghetti Island. They might not be thrilled about the fact that Spaghetti Island is a long queue, but at least they're getting into it. Park guest happiness, I should say, is pretty good. This park is very spacious. I'm so glad the restroom is free. This park is great. How do people feel when they leave? I'm so unhappy I'm on my way home, 17%. But 83% of people are pretty pleased. The park is fucking free, okay? I'm so unhappy I'm on my way home. Oh, what are you unhappy with? The fact that I spent my whole freaking life on this park? I took on ridiculous amounts of debt to finance it, and now what? I'm not giving away the keys to the kingdom for nothing? Is that what you're suggesting? Well, let's take on the financial hit right now to test out my experiment. We're gonna shut down Lara Croft's hang glider, go down to speed 1. We're gonna pick it up and move it. And we're not moving it over here because I expect it to be popular. Rather, we're moving it over here because I expect it to, well, I mean, I'm basically burying it, if that makes sense. And that's probably not the greatest, strategy of all time. But I'm burying it because I think we can do better with that primo real estate at the start of the park. Maybe, just maybe I'm getting you know what? People, they really like to queue up for this ride for whatever reason. So we'll make it curve back on itself a little bit here before it finishes. But, and of course we have to connect the exit. But we're gonna test our newfound city skylines esque theory here. We do need to put the priority pass queue, because at this point I don't know if we can afford to build a ride without a priority pass, because it freaking, you know, I'm trying to keep these information booths in business and they're making it not so easy on me. You just build straight but not like that, please. There you go. I don't know. The priority pass queue always looks hideous. And it actually... Please. It actually is, like, longer than the normal queue, but as long as it allows you to skip the line, that's the only thing that matters. Alright. Lara Croft's hang glider. Open. For business. With the world's ugliest looking queue. And it cost us a bunch of money to actually get that set up. We didn't have to rebuild it, right? It's just it cost us money to move it. In the interest of, you know, not completely giving up on this section of the park, we should throw down, like, you know, some kind of scenery option over here, so that people are still relatively happy to line up. You know, we got a little sci-fi action. Here's a Crash Dog Bot, $250. Nothing serious to get a queue scenery rating of 77. I can live with that. So now this is more of a ride that people don't immediately, like, log jam the queue for. And instead, I know I just rebuild that queue and then 2 seconds later I have to completely rework it, but that's okay. We're gonna just, like, I'm getting rid of the priority pass because I should be able to, like, rework that in the future. Particularly, like, the exit, I suppose. But, we can save the start of this queue line, even though it's horrendous. You know, it does have a queue scenery rating that's not terrible. People are still in love with this ride. No, but, oh, you know what? Maybe I'm using this properly to drive some demand over here, because now There's actually a line for Tony Hawk's Penthouse, even though it's the weirdest ride in the whole park. It just makes people throw up all the time. Don't even get me started on MC Hammer's Jinko jeans. People only come on this ride to throw up or to use the trash cans. Loving that ATM. I do want to see how Potato Foods R Us is doing. Not very well, honestly. Which is indicative of the fact that we really should not throw down more facilities right now. Which I understand. If facilities were like just guaranteed money, no matter how many of them you threw down, you would be like, you know, why would I ever do anything that has any risk associated with it? That seems fair to me. You made $6 last month on that Chief Beef. Not very much money on Nostradamus either, but hopefully that'll change now that we've reworked our park ever so slightly. Lara Croft's hang glider is broken down. Apparently we should keep inspections on that one happening all the time because it takes, you know, interest for everybody in the park. They all love it for some reason. There you go. Clean up some vomit. There's a little bit more vomit over here. I wouldn't mind if you took care of that as well, but no skin off my skirt either way. Not other way. $0. You know what? If the priority passes make us $0, I'm sort of okay with that. As long as they justify their existence, get less people complaining about queues. Alright, we made money. And again, this is the episode in which I expect to finally build essentially a Giga Coaster, and a Giga Coaster of my own creation. We can take out $6,000 in loans at any given time. Well, at this time, because we've paid off all of our other ones. I mean, realistically, even modeled how credit actually works, we should be able to get better loans now as a result of the fact that we've demonstrated we're, you know, we have good credit, but ignoring that, we're going to spend all of that money on a coaster that's hopefully going to have ridiculous profit margins for us, and is going to be fun for people. So I said that I'd wait until we got about $7 grand. That's because the coaster itself costs $10,000, roughly $11,000. It's pretty big. Michael A. L. Fox called it Shitty Behemoth. You know, that's a reference to a coaster at Canada's premier theme park, Canada's Wonderland. And that's true. It is kind of a shitty behemoth. I'll be the first to tell you that. But at the same time, people love it. Look, it's like, it's bigger than the rest of the park. I can't wait to finally meet it. So, of course, it makes sense to put it next to the teacups over here. I will never understand it, but Lara Croft's hang glider is like the most popular ride in human existence. Please stop throwing up as soon as you get off. Like, I thought I had a weak stomach when it came to, like, motion sickness. This is ridiculous. Okay, only 5% of people are unhappy. That's pretty good. People complaining about queues. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to an amusement park. That's a pretty common complaint. Grandel's only making $600 a month. Spaghetti Island is only making $600 a month. People still think it's really good value. Shit, maybe we should crank it up a little bit here. Do you think this is really good value? Nobody says Grandel's really good value. In fact, maybe... No, there's no reason to lower it. Like, again, as long as we're still filling up the cars, that's the only thing that matters, I should say. We're so close. And you know what? Again, I forgot to mention it early on in this episode, but we get an immediate $1,000 rebate because I'm pretty sure that the LunchLoser made $1,200 that month. How's our balance rating? 14, we're getting there. I'm pretty sure that it reaches over 55 miles an hour. So we should get $1,000 back like immediately upon getting this. But I'll tell you what, first things first. Loans. We got $13,000. My blueprints. The LunchLoser. Now we have to place this in such a way that we can still build the queue easily. What's the problem here? Is it going into the obstruct? Okay, so we can build it. We can build it. We have the technology. We can always expand our park in a slightly different direction. I mean, it's an expensive ride, okay? I'll be the first to tell you. But doesn't that look like the flagship roller coaster now? I need to tell you straight up, I'm proud of this coaster. I built it. It's my baby. Where do you get off the ride? Right there. Okay, so we can put the entrance here. Make it largely a straight shot. Might be better for queue scripting. And then we do have to connect the queue to the front. And I'm going to tell you, people are going to queue up for this ride. I hope. I'll show you the ratings once... We actually have to test it anyway. So I might as well, you know, get it fully set up before we test it. That's the wrong way here. Little ugly, you know, but a great skateboarding ramp. And then we might as well get our other path set up properly as well. And this will add a little bit of excitement to the coaster as well, I think. Because, again, the path is going to be, like, getting close to it. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, we got it. And then we just take it up a little bit. There we go. Never a doubt in my mind. Now, people may immediately throw up upon getting off this one. Well, I disagree with it. I understand it. Okay. Let's look at the... Oh, we can't even see the details because we haven't started the test yet, which makes sense. Let's go to the ride camera. Here we go. This is a LunchLoser, boys. Is this a little too fast? I think this is speed 1. So it starts with a ridiculous lift hill. You can make, you know, higher than this, but this was reasonable, I thought. Now, there's not 2 inversions in this, but I'm expecting that our speed does get above 55 miles an hour so we can get that sweet government grant for making dank-ass roller coasters. We come over the surface and then you go, whoa! Okay, I'm not gonna yell too loud here. Look at, oh, you can really feel the sensation of speed. You brake a little bit so you don't throw up when you go over this little, there and back again. And then just via the power of momentum, you go over this little humpback whale here. And sure, I mean, that's the end of the ride. It's not like it's literally gonna blow your mind. However, people love it. It's fast. The car is long. The station's big. And we can charge some fat stacks to get on this thing. And look at that. Low nausea, good excitement. Fear is maybe a little low. But I have to be honest with you. What, we can't open it? Why can't we open it, though? Am I losing my mind? You can stop the test, right? I'm freaking out. Do we need to make our priority pass work? Enable priority pass. Connect the priority pass queue. I mean, to be honest with you, it's not the world's best priority pass either. You don't really save a lot of time just skipping ahead like this. But what about now? Okay, now you can open it. Sweet. So that was the problem. And again, you know, we've invested a lot of money into this thing. There's our challenge complete, by the way, as mentioned. We spent a lot of money on this ride. It would be stupid of us to not at least put a little bit more love into the queue here. I don't know. It's the LunchLoser. Of course we're going to have a sleeping dragon's nest. It's the only thing that makes sense on this whole freaking planet is that there be a dragon's nest right next to the LunchLoser. And what's the... 33%? Well, obviously, there's also a treasure pile right next to it. That's the lunch that is being lost. Don't even get me started on the UFO or the pirate camp that's... Wait, $2,000 for market stalls? Excuse me? Don't even get me started on the dog robot that shoots lasers into your eyes when you walk through the queue. That's an integral part of the LunchLoser experience. 47? Yo, Dogbot, you're not doing the work I need you to right now. Where do I put you here? Have you really, like, blow these people away? 83, that's the ticket. Placement matters, dude. Look at that. You walk right by this dude now. Oh, those people got fucking vaporized, man. They're loving it. Look at it. Yeah, shoot me with the laser next. Oh, this lady's getting targeted? Okay. Here we go. Let's see how they like it. Look at that. Look at how many people this ride accommodates. It's like 50 people per trip. It's beautiful. How much money we charging for this? It better be $1,000 or $10. Hold up. This is a $12.50 ride I've ever seen one in my whole fucking life. All right. Ride camera. That's me in the second row here. Dude, you're gonna lose your hat on this ride, man. You're gonna have to buy another one. It's gonna cost you $13. I love it. That's a man who respects capitalism. That's not me. I would never put my arms up. Alright, they like it. They like it. They maybe crap themselves during the braking section. And you get a little over and back. That might have created a little weightlessness, actually. Or hang time, as the case may be. Dude, the guy with the sunglasses in the third row is losing his mind. Oh, and look at that. Happy customers lining up for the next ride. That's what I like to see. Now, how did you guys feel about that? I can't believe how cheap the tickets are. It's got cheap tickets. I barely queued. Cheap tickets. It's good the park isn't overcrowded. You know what? To be honest with you, that's a little insulting, but I respect your ability or your right to say that. Now, we probably, again, why half-ass it, right? Throw some bins in here. Let's try this again. Throw some bins in here. Hopefully you're not throwing up as soon as you get off, but, you know, just in case. And this is a primo ride. So, I mean, I don't want to just completely make them walk across the park to get to a bathroom, you know? Just after you get across the Skyway, there's a bathroom for you. And we're going to call this private lunch loser. Lunch loser for money. Lose what you want me to lose. Oh my god. I told you! Dude, this queue. People love it. To be honest with you, I want to see what people think when they get in the priority queue. Because at the present moment, it's not really saving them any money, so I can understand why they would be a little perturbed. My priority pass is saving me tons of time on the lunch loser. I'm saving so much queuing time with my priority pass, the lunch loser. Okay, as long as you know, perception is reality. You are gonna get inspected every 10 minutes because if you go down, our park is done. Now we haven't made ridiculous money this month, but we're getting there. Look at that, see? Getting people stacked up here. The queue is gonna be long. It's by design. 12 minutes right now, but that's gonna skyrocket. This should be the longest queue in the park. But look at that, we took $6,000 in loans out. Well, we only ended up spending about, we spent like 10 of 13,000. So we've only made like $4,000 since then, but look at that, we've got like another 200 guests in the park without touching our marketing budget. The Class Warfare Armory that sells priority passes is making mad money. Spaghetti Island seems to be doing pretty well. The downside is that this part of the park is kind of like bereft of people now. They're all stacked up like right here. And like fully half of the people inside of the park right now are riding the lunch loser. So the next thing that we'll do when we get the capital for it is we'll probably build a custom coaster, because I'd really like to fulfill the last challenge that we've had forever, getting a coaster with at least 2 inversions. And maybe, I don't know, our balance will come up eventually and we'll be able to get over that hump, because that's been like extremely annoying so far. But I'll say, like, without a single doubt in my mind, building the lunch loser has finally cleared up that financial logjam that we've been suffering from forever. So I think we should take this time and look at problems in our park that are systematic. Any ride with a horrible queue is going to have a slightly better queue now. And I'm just going to use like pre-made sci-fi elements or pre-made stuff, basically, because I sort of suck at coming up with this stuff myself. Maybe one day that'll change, but certainly not for now. So you know what? You got a little fountain array here. And I'd like it to be over 75. I'd like the Q rating to be over 75. So sure, yeah, throw a smoke jet here. I don't know. People just like flashing lights, right? Get some sparks on it. Lara Croft's hang glider is broken down. Get a steam jet here. Put it right in the freaking line. Burn their face off. See if I care. This thing should be moved as well. As keeping with the theme as this might be, I don't think everybody in the queue is getting a real taste of this right now. It is getting a little framey now. I have heard some complaints of performance issues in Planet Coaster. Once you start placing like a bunch of elements and then playing on a high speed. So you know what? We'll take it down to speed 1 just for a second while we're placing things. And you know, we got a lot of moving elements in this scene right now. Q rating 66%. It's pretty good. But we might as well just, you know, throw, I don't know, a water splash ring in here. You know what? I got a great idea. How's this for theming? We've got a water splash jet, but then inside of the water splash jet, we have some fire. Isn't that amazing right there? How do they do it? There's water and fire? Are you kidding me? 77Q. All right, so that one's acceptable now. MC Hammer's Jinko Jeans has a horrible... What? That Q's way better than I thought. How's Grendel doing? 89. So Grendel's doing fine. Tony Hawk's Kickflip Emporium sucks real bad. So again, look at how much money we're making right now, by the way. It's going pretty well. We might even be able to afford, you know, some blueprints here. So where's the cargo slide? Used to be one in here. Oh yeah, Tony Hawk, definitely that's a vase collection. Tony Hawk loves vases. Now, we'll put a witch's treehouse here. It's almost like it's a Faustian dilemma that Tony Hawk went through, you know? It's like a witch came to him and was like, you want the power of being able to do sweet-ass kickflips and having your own amusement park? Well, it's gonna cost you. You have to put Bucky Lassick in your game. It's really like, it's a unifying theme of this theme park. 28. Okay, well, I'm just gonna experiment then. Move this. Oh, God. Now it's just... Stop that. Stop what you've done there. Stop it, Ron! Get out of here, you dang witch's theme. No, not all of it. Just this. She forgot her dang old cauldron, man. I guess we can move the cauldron custom, so... It's like exactly the size of this space. I've never been madder at myself for making the world's dumbest queue. Okay, there you go. You got it? It works there, but the witch goes in the queue. This is gonna take me 100 years. I can place it inside of the queue? That's hideous. Or is it? Maybe that's awesome? I don't know. Sure. Let's be honest, this part of the park is kind of an afterthought as is. Yeah, there you go. Just drop some acid on them. 31%. Alright. Well, I'd say that was a colossal failure. When in doubt... Here you go. Just grab some freaking... You know, some belt drives. Throw a couple belt drives in here. That screams Tony Hawk's Kickflip Emporium right there. Is the Industrial Revolution. 35%, you know what? I'll accept it. How you doing? 77, I can live with it. Grendel's doing fine. Well, I guess we're just good to go then. Let's go back to speed 3 and see how life works. And we'll save our park here because it's actually starting to pop off like completely. New park? No new park necessary. All right, we got 10K. Is this finally when we build a custom coaster? I would say the answer to that question may indeed finally be yes. So what are we going to do with a custom coaster? We need 2 inversions. That's important. And we don't want to just make a carbon copy of this. But it's really hard, at least for me, it's really hard to make a custom roller coaster that people actually like going on. Instead of... one that they hate and it just makes them throw up all the time. So we have to be a little cautious about that. And I gotta admit, I've been very disappointed by the fact that Grendel has not really taken off. Got plenty of real estate over here to build a roller coaster, but it's not really an area of the park I'm too fond of because It's just not that popular. So I kind of want to build it like over here, but we can also just build like a ride over here. And then like this is where it makes the most sense to me to build this roller coaster, is like build it out like in this direction. So we got a nice little array of roller coasters around the park, but I worry that it's just not going to be that popular. You know, it's going to take a long time to walk to. And where we place it is pretty important. You know what? Okay, let's start with the path. The path is an important part of this. And we'll just have it come off like this to start with. And I think I have a plan. So the path is important because this is basically the road of our system. We're going to build it out quite a ways. Well, that's not really that far, in all honesty, but then we're going to put, like, we just unlocked a bunch of rides that we never actually placed down. So let's throw down a forge. You know, this is pretty cheap, and it gives people something to do in this area of the park. Something to queue up for, you know? And it's another money-making endeavor for us as well, and it's not very expensive. Plus, for once, we actually have the money. So just place the exit like that. That's perfect. Okay. First things first. Connect the queue. And we're going to do so. Oh, I don't like this queue. I like the blue queue, and then priority queues get the nice, like, matte black finish. So we want not a ridiculously long queue. That seems fine. And then we do want to go to operations. We want to enable the priority pass because the priority pass is a moneymaker now. And there you go. This is actually like the most well-established queue and priority pass I've ever made. Now that we have money, it's actually not inconceivable for us to plan that stuff out in advance. And we should just open it, even though the queue rating is terrible for now. I wonder if there were, like, I wish there were workshop scenery things that I could pick up. Because let's be honest, like, I'm not really knocking it out of the park from the scenery section right now. Yeah, you know, what do you throw in a forge? Certainly, like, you need a flower stall. That's just something that we've all agreed upon as long as the day is long. You know what? $741 for an animatronic pirate harbor? What's your queue status? 70? I'll live with that. No fuss, no muss. You got a flower stall, and you got an animatronic pirate harbor. Now, okay, so we spend money on that, and obviously, like, I don't really expect this to actually become that popular this early because there's nothing over here, you know? And we probably need facilities over here. Like, if we were smart, we should probably throw down, like, an early restroom. It is starting to get quite framey. I'll be the first to tell you. Maybe we'll just go down to speed 2 for now. I don't think it's my computer. I think it's the game, because I have heard a lot of people actually complaining about this, about, you know, performance issues as you get more and more elements in your park. And honestly, I mean, we're starting to get, like, a pretty big park here. At least in my opinion. We should really call the bathroom Madrina's Wild Ride. I want to go on Forge 1. The queue looks fast for Forge 1. This one's actually now called Dark Iron Dwarf. When you cast it, it's a 4-mana... it's a 5-mana 4/4, and you get +2 attack on whatever unit you choose to target. I'm not sure if it has to be your unit. Not that that's likely to help you. How's our balance rating? 19? We might be about to get some Jim Cramer-style mad money, boys. Now, before we research, and research is on my list. There's no doubt about it, because we're swimming in capital for, like, the first time ever. We could do the classic Northernlion thing, and, you know, if we pay off our $1,000 loan, we save $200. That seems very reasonable to me. How much do we save? $1,300 if we pay off our fourth. Well, it's going to cost us nearly $4 grand, but it saves us almost the cost. Well, it saves us the cost of a cheap ride. For $2,300, we save $600, or for $3,900, we save $1,300. I'm going to do it. I think that it's a financially sound choice. Carry less debt. Help our operating budget out here. Now, that was my timer. This month, we have made 4,000. That's crazy, considering that we were at, like, -200 very recently. Last thing I'm going to do here before we finish this episode, because my timer just went off, we're going to look into operating budgets. Monsieur Fritz is not doing very well. But instead of closing it, I'm gonna experiment. I'm just going to move it to an area of the park that's more popular. And what I'm trying to see is if these drive demand, or if demand drives these. And it's probably like a little bit of a two-way street. But we're gonna start to learn a lot about, like maybe path design is more important than I've given it credit for. The main thoroughfare is getting quite well trafficked. And then you get over here, not so much. I really thought putting rides down here would make this area more popular, but that has not been the case so far. But, you know, there's a lot of potential reasons for that. One of them might be, why the hell do we have, like, no scenery? Ooh, if you achieve a monthly profit of at least $3,000, I'll take a $1,000 reward for nothing. And we got to be getting close to that park balance bonus, boys. Maybe now, like, we've got our money back. Let's just go pay off our last debt, you know? Cost us $1,600 to save $1,000. Actually pretty sensible. And now we can invest the money we used to be making in loan payments into research, for example. So I wanted to see how's Monsieur Frites doing now. People are like, oh, it's too busy. Or not Monsieur Frites, sorry. Potato Foods R Us. So do we have any other, like, completely failing businesses? Nostradamus is killing it, dude. You know what we did recently? We did not have, or we had gift shops, but they weren't doing well. And I was like, oh, what do we do about that? Well, let's see. How's Hats Fantastic doing? Did we delete it? We might have. We had just had too many shops, and now we're, like, building them out slowly. So this is like a photo booth, or at least, like, you could buy your souvenir photos. I don't know if we need to place this at the exit of a roller coaster, as is traditional, but let's throw this down. I just want to make sure, like, customers actually go to it. No, these are just mementos. Oh, so they're not actually photos. It's, you know, trinkets. And now we have a gift shop. How's the food doing? Looks busy. Looks busy. Maybe we could deal with another food stall, and we can just put one in, like, our starting park here. So let's get, like, a one of our new areas. Oh, we already made Monsieur Frites. Mexcellente, there we go. Throw down a Mexcellente right here. And you know what? At Northernlion's Funhouse, when you go to Mexcellente, which is already a good name, and you get a Taco Grande, we give you extra guacamole for free. The guacamole is on the house. Hard shell tacos, though. Not a huge fan of that. Anyway, we're making money now. This is awesome. Save our park. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have been enjoying the episodes. I've been enjoying reading your comments. Thank you so much for the support on the series as well. It's been a lot of fun. New episodes come out every single day at 2 p.m. PST. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.